Welcome back, guys, to Miss Zoing's channel, and I would like to bring your attention to Chinese tattooing brands on the market. We are going to be discussing Ava, we are going to be discussing Easy or EZ, Amala, and Pepax, and Dragonhawk to start off. A lot of people are out there. Oh, wait, yeah, we're only going to be using certain brands and this and that. And I'm like, well, when you are really starting out, you do not have 1,500 euros or $1,500 in your pocket to buy a machine. And a year and a half later, you find out that it's only been a 3.5 or 3 mil stroke in it, and you really can't do big or bold lines with, and you can't really do an awful lot. I'll be bluntly honest with you guys. This is the first pen that we bought for my wife. For a beginning tattoo artist, this pen is what you actually need. It gives you 60 euros as a price, and you get you get a complete little machine with a Japanese motor. And guys, I'll be bluntly honest with you. Any other engine or motor within the machine, which is not this, and you get that cheap ones, which I will be showing you in a minute. If it's not this, I really wouldn't buy it, because this will not break on you like the other bits. As the eccentric wheels, the ones with the eccentric wheel with the little bar hanging down, it pops completely off, and it breaks. And I'll show you a couple of the photos of that as well. It's a 69 watt engine. It's a 3mm stroke, and it does not have a ratchet needle protrusion. You have to turn it, and it's a bit annoying, but it is absolutely great. And I'm going to show you actually a couple of pieces of her work that I think they were absolutely fantastic. Now, this is our little Instagram page, and this is actually mine, but this is the second one to her main account. Now, guys, this was done with a Dragonhawk piece. If you look at it, I think that's a pretty cool looking Spartan helmet. Yet again, the top one was not done by us. The bottom one was, the bottom bit. And another one that I will show you was, obviously, you can see some of her work here. The Jordan logo was done by her as well. And now, if you have a look at these two up here with the two practice skins, was done with Dragonhawk as well, and they absolutely did great. Now, we got to the point where we said, okay, I want to step it up a notch, and let's get going into the big ones. And we got into the main points, and now I'm going to go to her main page and show you what I'm on about. Now, this bad boy is obviously done by Ava machine and Pepax needles, and you can see the strength of the machine, and obviously the better voltage that we can use. Obviously the stroke meant a lot bigger differences as well. Guys, if you do not want to spend $1,000 or 1,000 euros on a tattoo machine, which you're going to find out, or hopefully you do not get into the point where, like, oh wow, well, this can only do so much. Guys, research your machines. Make sure that you have at least 2 or 3 stroke options on it, which will help you. If you can get a better one that you can manually adjust, just like Ava, the EP10 machine, which is right up here, you can go from a 2.5 mil all the way up to 4.5 mil stroke. And that helps you basically either soften the hit of the machine or strengthen the hit. The bigger the lines you want and the more impact, the more strength you want to put into it. Obviously, if you want to do big, bold lines, you're going to need at least 4 mil. If you want to go softer and you're going to be doing a bit of black and gray work, you're going to need a softer hit. So obviously, you turn it back. So you go below a 3, 3.5, you go below that, and you play with it, what the stroke strength you want, and that is completely up to you. Now, the needles, we use Pepax, Chinese brand, Ava, Chinese brand. But guys, they are absolutely great. And guess what? Their prices are made for tattoo artists who are not in the middle of the States making $500 an hour and that sort of stuff. And even top-level artists are using these brands because they have realized, well, hell, I don't need to use 3 machines. I can only use 1. And the needle, Pepax, and the machine, Ava, I think it's one of the best combinations. Ava does have their own needle brands, and they're great as well. We're still waiting for the delivery on that to give it a try. This is one of her works. Now, here is the M&M piece. As you can see, it's a little portrait. and it is absolute little stunner as well how it came out clean. And obviously, when you're looking at it, I'm just going to show you quickly of what happens. Now, other machines, and I'm going to show you now so you don't think I'm actually just talking out of the air. Here we go. And here is the pen right there, the EP10, $460 or give or take, it's about 400 euros in European Union. Now, Japanese motor, just like Dragonhawk, they're using the Japanese motor and it is absolutely great. It is exactly the same style of a motor as well. You do get a brilliant batteries, you get two of them. So with the two batteries, you can do easily 10 hours of work interchanging them and charging them in between. The stroke 2.5 to 4.5 mils adjustable, where you can see it's right up here. You can completely adjust it to your likings. It is a bit odd when you're adjusting it because not many people are used to it, but it's very easy to find your rhythm with it. Now, this is $460, right? Not a big thing to get. Now, Amala, brilliant brand. Again, guys, these are Chinese brands that we are doing. I will get to you in a minute. I'm going to show you a couple of the other ones, which is a lot bigger brands out there, like Bishop's Rotary, Cheyenne Hawk, FK Irons, and you're going to be paying an awful lot of money out. Now, this is $600. Amala, another great brand, and their needles are great as well. You see, it has the adjustable stroke, and it clicks, and you're absolutely brilliant with it. So, Papax needles, and I do believe they have their own machine as well. And yes, they do. It is a brand new launch. You do have to inquire about the price. Yes, and this bad boy comes with the perimeters of a 3.5 millimeter stroke. Obviously, it's a 4 to a 10 watt Papax motor, which is obviously a great machine as well. It really depends on what sort of work you're doing. When you're a tattoo artist beginning and you just open up your shop, trust me, you're going to be accepting almost all sorts just to make a living, just to get your name out there. Once you get into it, after a couple of years, you will develop a habit of taking work on that actually suits your style. Say if you're a portraitist, you're going to be focusing on more portraits. If you're a Maori tattoo artist, obviously you're going to be more tribal and that sort of stuff, and it goes on and it goes on. So, and we have Easy tattoo machines as well, another Chinese brand, but very good. And listen, if you're looking for a pen that is budget, but you can do multiple things with it, you got the Easy P3 here as well, guys. $200 and plus. It is absolutely great, multiple adjustments on it, and you can do a whole lot of things with it. Now, let's get into FK irons, right? Like I've said, they're not cheap. And guys, they are doing absolutely brilliant work, but when you're looking at a 3.5 mil stroke is going to be 3.5 mil stroke, and a 3 millimeter needle protrusion is going to be 3.5 mil needle protrusion. The ink in both machines is going to be whatever you choose, and the needle, what you're going to be putting into the machine, is going to be exactly the same. Also, the question that I got the other day was, am I going to be a better tattoo artist if I buy a better machine? Well, no. You do need to find the technique first. You do need to understand that only because you have an FK Irons machine in your hand, that does not mean that you are going to be a better tattoo artist. So let's see an FK Irons machine. So here you go, $800. You get exactly all the same stuff as with the other ones. You get 2 rechargeable batteries, you get the whole little machine, you get a little kit with it. Now, what kind of bugs me, and I'll be bluntly honest, guys, is that either it's a 4 mil or 3 mil. Yes, I understand if you're going to take a 3 mil, you're more of a soft and black and gray, maybe a touch of a portrait artist, and if you're going to take a 4 mil, you're more of a main line work guy. Yes, but when I'm spending this amount of money, $800 plus shipping fees, and plus I'm paying out all sorts of different sort of import fees depending where you are, That's a lot of money, man. I mean, that ain't cheap. And Cheyenne Hawk, exactly the same thing. Bishop Rotary, exactly the same thing. And Cheyenne actually only uses their own needles, so you have to buy their own needles to make sure that the machine is working with it. Because guess what? Cheyenne Hawk or Cheyenne brand itself is like the iPhone of the mobile world, and it don't come cheap either. So let's put this bad boy up. Let's see what we can find here for you quickly. There we go. Machines, just a Solo Nova, which is one of the main machines out there on the market by tattooists. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not mocking the brand or the machine. This is completely untrue. I'm just out there. If I'm actually buying something, I want to get a value. Like, right? You get a 2.5 mil, 3.5 mil, or 4.5 mil. Now, if I'm going to spend $600-700 on a machine, I want one where I don't have to buy one for at least 2-3 years. And if you get something with a massive stroke like a 4.5, you really can't be doing an awful lot of soft and gray with it, because you're going to need a 2.5-3 mil there. Guess what? You're going to need another machine. Now, if I want to buy now, let's see what their great prices are going to be. And I'll bet you anybody it ain't cheap. So there you go. 650 euros, excluding VAT and shipping. Well, that ain't cheap, is it? So guys, this video is to teach you and to educate you that to make sure that not always is the name brand which is mainly important, but what is important, what you're getting for the value, what sort of engine it has, what sort of what you're getting with it, what sort of stroke options you have, because that is so important when you're in the beginning of your tattooing career. That, hey, I just bought a tattoo machine and I don't know what I have. Well, guys, read it, ask me questions, leave a comment below, and make sure that if you don't understand something, I will try my very best to clear it up for you. A quick run over it, guys. Can you trust machines from China? Yes, you can. These are major brands out there, and I will be discussing in my next video what to buy on AliExpress or Alibaba or Amazon or any of these sites, and what not to buy. Thanks. Bye.